What is harsh truth about EV batteries? Why affordable options might never be possible? Today, we're diving deep into a significant issue in the electric vehicle, EV, industry. It's a topic that's vital for the future of green transportation and has wide-reaching implications for both consumers and manufacturers alike. We're talking about the affordability of EV batteries, a challenge that's been highlighted by Ford CEO Jim Farley. But before we get into that, let's set the stage. The electric vehicle market is booming. With increasing awareness about climate change and stringent global carbon reduction goals, the push towards EVs has never been stronger. Governments worldwide are promoting green energy.
The future of the automobile industry that is electric. Battery electric, plug-in hybrid electric, fuel cell electric. It's electric, and there's no turning back.
And automakers are making hefty investments in EV technology. Billions of dollars are being poured into research and development, new manufacturing plants, and infrastructure to support the growing EV fleet. But amidst all this optimism lies a substantial obstacle: making EV batteries affordable. And who better to shed light on this than Ford's CEO himself, Jim Farley? So, what does Farley have to say about these challenges? And why does it matter to you? Let's find out. Ford has ambitious plans for the EV market. The company aims to electrify a significant portion of its vehicle lineup in the coming years, including some of its best-selling models. But, as Jim Farley points out, the journey is fraught with challenges. One of the key hurdles is the cost of EV batteries. These batteries constitute a significant portion of an EV's overall cost, making them a critical factor in pricing. In fact, battery packs can represent anywhere from 30% to 50% of the total vehicle cost, depending on the model and range. Farley has been quite vocal about this issue. In a recent interview, he mentioned, "The race to make EVs affordable is as critical as the race to develop them. We're dealing with extremely high battery production costs. This doesn't just challenge Ford, but the entire industry. Without affordable batteries, mass adoption of EVs remains a distant dream." So, what factors are driving these high costs, and can we overcome these hurdles? To understand the challenges better, let's delve into the production process of EV batteries. Modern EV batteries, primarily lithium-ion, require several raw materials like lithium, cobalt, nickel, and manganese. These materials are not only difficult to mine, but also costly. Cobalt, for instance, is mined mainly in the Democratic Republic of Congo, where ethical concerns about labor practices arise. Plus, processing and refining these materials to a usable form is energy-intensive and expensive. The global supply chain for these materials is highly complex and subject to geopolitical risks, further adding to their costs. Recent research shows that battery costs have been decreasing over the years, driven by economies of scale and improvements in technology. However, despite this downward trend, they remain a significant expense for manufacturers. Scientists are exploring alternative battery technologies, such as solid-state batteries, which promise greater energy density, safety, and potentially lower costs. Others are looking into silicon anodes and lithium-sulfur batteries. But mass production and commercialization of these technologies are still several years away, meaning they won't be a near-term solution to cost challenges. Despite advancements, the price tags on these innovations are currently prohibitive. This brings us to a pivotal question. How are these high battery costs impacting automakers economically? The implications of high battery costs for manufacturers extend beyond just the price of the vehicle. Let's put this into perspective. High battery costs mean higher production costs, translating into higher selling prices for EVs. This price hike is a significant barrier for consumers considering switching from traditional internal combustion engine vehicles to EVs. In an already competitive market where automakers are battling for consumer attention and loyalty, pricing becomes a decisive factor. This economic strain prompts automakers like Ford to adopt various pricing strategies to make their EVs competitive. Some manufacturers absorb a portion of the battery cost to make their vehicles more appealing, while others rely on government incentives to bridge the price gap. However, subsidies and incentives can't last forever. and relying on them may not be sustainable in the long run. This presents a dilemma for the industry, as it seeks to balance profitability with the need to make EVs accessible to the broader public. Jim Farley remarked, "We must balance out the cost dynamics without compromising on quality and performance. The market is competitive, and there's immense pressure on manufacturers to deliver affordable yet efficient EVs. Failing to do so could stifle innovation and slow down the adoption rate of EVs." But what steps are being taken to address these challenges? Let's explore what's currently being done. Fortunately, the automotive and energy sectors are not sitting idle. Innovations, strategic partnerships, and government subsidies are at the forefront of efforts to reduce battery costs. Companies like Tesla, Panasonic, and LG Chem are investing heavily in alternative battery technologies and scaling up production to achieve economies of scale. Tesla, for instance, is focusing on developing its own battery cells to reduce dependency on external suppliers, while others are looking at battery recycling as a way to cut down on material costs. Government initiatives also play a crucial role. In the US, for instance, there are subsidies and incentives aimed at promoting EV adoption and making it easier for manufacturers to invest in research and development. These measures include tax credits for EV buyers and grants for companies investing in green technologies. Across Europe and China, similar policies are being enacted, with governments setting ambitious targets for phasing out fossil fuel-powered vehicles. Jim Farley is optimistic about the future. He said, "We are on the brink of some potentially groundbreaking advancements. While the road is challenging, the potential breakthroughs in battery technology could revolutionize the EV market. It's a matter of sustained effort and collaboration across the industry." Such optimism encourages both industry stakeholders and consumers. But how do these high costs and ongoing efforts affect consumers directly? From the consumer's viewpoint, affordability remains a critical issue. The initial high cost of EVs, driven by expensive batteries, often deters potential buyers. Consumers are looking for vehicles that not only align with environmental values, but also fit within their budget. As it stands, the price gap between EVs and traditional vehicles is still significant for many. While some buyers are willing to pay a premium for the environmental benefits and future savings on fuel and maintenance, for others, the upfront cost is simply too high to justify. This gap affects market adoption rates. Consumers are more likely to invest in an EV if it offers long-term cost benefits, such as lower fuel and maintenance costs. However, the high upfront cost remains a pain point. The perception of affordability and value significantly influences buying decisions. Jim Farley acknowledged this gap, stating, "Consumers need to see a clear benefit, both environmentally and financially, to make the switch to electric vehicles. It's our responsibility as manufacturers to work towards closing this gap and making EVs a viable option for everyone." In summary, Jim Farley's insights underscore a substantial conflict within the EV industry. On one hand, we have ambitious goals to make EVs widespread and affordable. On the other hand, we're grappling with the harsh realities of current battery technology and associated costs. While research and innovation are underway to address these challenges, it will take time for the benefits to be realized on a mass scale. The road ahead requires balancing ambition with reality. The industry must continue to innovate and invest in research, while also finding ways to make today's EVs more affordable for the average consumer. It's a challenging journey, but one filled with exciting possibilities. So, what do you think? Do you believe the industry will conquer these challenges and make EVs accessible for everyone? Or will high battery costs continue to stand in the way? Stay tuned and stay informed as the future of electric vehicles continues to unfold. And remember, every small step taken today brings us closer to a greener, more sustainable future tomorrow.